welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. Today I'll be flipping through the Dreamweaver's Oracle. This is by Colette Baron-Reid and illustrated by Joel Nakamura. This is a 44 card deck and guidebook and is published by Hay House. So this is one of the decks that Hay House sent me specifically for the purposes of review. If you haven't seen my Hay House goodies video, definitely check it out. That's where I unboxed it, so I took off the plastic, opened the boxes and things like that, and I did a quick little sneak peek of some of the cards. So if you're interested in checking out any of the other decks that are in that video, I will have unboxings, or rather flip-throughs of all the decks on my channel. You can definitely check if they're there already. So I did talk about this deck in my March upcoming releases, because it was originally supposed to release in April, but then got pushed up, so it actually released earlier than was originally planned and released in March. And I was on the fence about this. I do love Colette Baron-Reid. I have a lot of her decks, and I love a lot of her work. Like, I love her guidebooks, and all the decks I own, she did them with Jenna. So, and I love Jenna's art style, and Jenna is doing her own thing now. She has several decks coming out, which I'm happy for her. But I was on the fence about this because the art style is very different, right? It's a different person, very different. And I wasn't sure how I felt about it when I looked on Amazon when I did my upcoming releases, because it was not something that I would usually, I guess, gravitate towards, in my opinion. So when the opportunity came up with Hay House getting in touch with me, I asked if it was if I could review this particular deck. I'm interested to see everything and go through the guidebook and things like that. Now, in my video that I did, the Hay House goodies, some of the cards actually got me really excited, and I am starting to warm up a bit to some of the cards that I've seen. So I want to see all of them, and I haven't seen all of them yet. I have not even looked. Like, I showed the sneak peek, and that was it. I closed the box, and now I'm filming my flip through. So now I'm going to be really looking at the cards and whatnot. So let's get into it, because I'm really excited to see if this is something that I end up really loving. And Oracle, I have so many Oracles in my collection. Oracle is probably the biggest. Yeah, it's the biggest when it comes to my collection. I have 94 currently, I think, Oracle decks, and then I have 80. Is it 82 tarot? I think I have 82 tarot or something like that. So I do have more Oracle than tarot, because Oracle is like always so many different themes and things like that to find. So let's get into it and read the back here. In the back it says, discover the forgotten myths of the Dreamweavers, mystical beings who shape reality and act as our helpers from the hidden realms. The archetypes and symbolism within each Oracle card will help you step into your role as powerful co-creator on your epic journey of evolution and self-discovery. You will remember that you are a powerful Dreamweaver too, weaving your own hopes and dreams, manifesting your desires into the fabric of reality. Now, this retails for $24.99 in the US, $33.99 in Canada. I will always have links down below in the description box where you can find this deck legitimately. So let's go ahead and open it up. We have this very interesting pattern around the box, which I actually really love. I love the colors of it. So in the top here, it says, you are the magic you're looking for. And in the bottom, it says, you are more than you know, meant for a magical, meaningful life. Okay. So I'll put the cards there, and let's get into the guidebook. So it does have a list of all the books and card decks that she owns. I own, what do I own? I own Crystal Spirits. I have the Enchanted Map, but the newer edition. Goddess Power, my mom owns. The Good Tarot I own. The Mystical Shaman I own. Shaman's Dream I own. Spirit Animal I own. And that's it. These older decks I'm not really into. I really want this one though, Postcards from Spirit. I think it's on my wish list, and I've never heard of the Oracle of E, so I'm not sure about that. I'm definitely going to look it up though. And I have the Oracle of Seven Energies also on my wish list, but have not picked it up yet. So here's the table of contents. We have an introduction, how to work with the Dream Weaver's Oracle, and how this oracle will serve you. Then we go into the card meanings. So there's 44 cards. We have about the artist and about the author. I actually want to just sneak peek a bit at the artist. Like, I already know the author because I have several of her decks, but I wanted to know a little bit about the artist because I've never heard of this artist before. So, interesting. Neo-primitive technique. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, this person has 200 awards of excellence. Very nice. Very nice. Interesting. So they reside in New Mexico. Okay, cool. Interesting. So we have some information here about their partnership. You can go to this website if you want to learn more. And including a documentary. Interesting. Documentary about Joel's art. Nice. Maybe I'll check that out. So we have the introduction. Okay, so she does mention her friend. Interesting. Okay. Amazing artist, dear friend, for 11 out of my 14 Oracle and Tarot decks. Because she was so adept at translating the mystical and creative energy in her stunning digital style. For this deck, however, I needed a different perspective. Someone whose vision felt like they were standing next to me in that cave and drawing it by hand. Okay. And I really had to trust that this person would just show up because I had no idea where to start looking for them. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so that's cool. So there is like some information about why exactly they have a different artist on this particular deck. And then it talks about how to work with the Dreamweaver's Oracle. I feel like this information is pretty typical of like a, you know, a Oracle deck, you know, like how to use, how to ask the right questions, how to read the cards. We have a 1-card reading. We have a 2-card reading. We have a 3-card reading. Version 1 and then version 2. So we have some spreads. How this oracle will serve you. Okay. And then it goes into the meaning. So let's see what kind of information we have. We have the title, we have an essential meaning, and then it goes into the information itself. Okay. Seems like they're all set up the same way, which I love. I love consistency, so that's good. Okay, so that's what it seems like. Okay, so we'll definitely pull a card and read from the guidebook to see what kind of information and the depth that it goes into for the particular, for each particular card, or for the particular card that I pull, rather. So let's go into the cards themselves. Okay. Number 1. When the storm spirits play. It's interesting. There's some music notes. We have an eagle with a thunder. Some interesting things going on. This looks like an elephant. We seem to have some kind of maybe a lion. Something else down here. We have looks like drums. A face. Definitely interesting. I'm guessing this is the storm spirit. We have some faces down below here, which is really interesting. Then we have the Let the Fire Dragons Sleep. So we have dragon sleeping on this cloud, dragon sleeping on that cloud. Seem to have a face here in the middle of the two, which is interesting. Also, these are the backs. Really love the backs with the Ouroboros with the dragon serpents. Then we have the When Coyote Calls Your Name. Very interesting. Seem to have some things going on here. We have a trumpet. Hold on, I need to look closer so I can see exactly. Okay, so it seems like it's a person and a person. Then we have like an animal here, a trumpet. We have some eyes, and we have some hands, which is very interesting. Seems like the wolf is like breathing this out, or this is the particular sound that's being released. It's definitely interesting. Then we have the If the River Flows This Way. So we have some fish coming down what looks like a cosmic river. We have some hands with eyes in them. The imagery is definitely interesting. I'm probably going to work with the guidebook quite a bit for this particular deck so I can understand a little bit more each card. Because I feel like there's a lot to unpack here with the imagery. Let your dreams be woven true. That's interesting. It's like the duality between water and earth. Then you have like an eye in the center. Okay, the eyes I'm just like, oh God, there's so many eyes. They're watching me. But there's like what looks like a fish or fins here with a face, and then the tree with a face. You have mushrooms, what looks like a fox. You also have like a whale and some fish down below here, which is very interesting. I feel like you could also look at it this way, and then this way, and then this way probably as well. So that's interesting. When you feel the magic sing. So it seems like you have two, I'm assuming these are supposed to be clouds, blowing air. And there's a lot going on in this particular cloud, along with the music note that this is like the air that's also coming out of the whale when it resurfaces. It's very interesting. I love this turtle at the bottom. There's definitely a lot going on in that cloud. Or spray, or whatever it's supposed to be. If you hear a Sasquatch sigh. Interesting. We have the footprints here from the Sasquatch. There's definitely a lot of eyes in this deck. Just really interesting. Could it be a dragonfly? I really like the colors though. It's very interesting. When, what does it say? When a witch must drink their brew. Whoa. Okay, so the coral raven is like the cup. It's very interesting. Okay, let me look at this a little bit closer so I can see. And you have like other crows and raven like drinking this, and there's things coming out. This is really strange. Really strange. I'm kind of digging it though. I'm kind of digging it. All the diamonds in the sky. It kind of reminds me of the dandelion, um, little white thing that you blow on, has those little all those little white things go all over the place. Kind of reminds me of that, and that's what this particular thing down below is like blowing. It's very interesting. You have a diamond here. You have many diamonds actually. Is that a diamond with an eyeball? No, it's not. Okay. I thought for a second this was a diamond with an eyeball. I was kind of like, oh my god, too many eyeballs. So I thought, so it seems like, I guess the wording is like in different places. I thought there were like landscape, but it doesn't look like it. It looks better this way. So it says, if the fox can't find his tail. Okay. It looks like they're going through like wormholes. Um, and just like coming out in a different area. Like, that's just really funny, in my opinion. And then this one says, if the wild ones come with sticks. And that is so creepy. Oh my god. What is this thing? It's holding a bunch of sticks and it looks like it's playing a drum. But it has like faces from like top to bottom. Oh god. This card kind of creeps me out. There's so many eyeballs in this deck. All the willows know your name. Clearly, because they're looking right at you. Look at it. It's looking into your soul. I actually really love it though. It looks really cool with the little moons and the stars, the little moon faces. This deck is like so interesting, but at the same time so strange. And I don't know, like I have some decks like that in my collection that they're kind of odd, kind of strange, and I use them because I really like them. So like, I don't know. I guess I like a lot of strange things sometimes. All the magic everywhere. This kind of reminds me of Horton Hears a Who. in a way, or like Dr. Seuss of some sort, because the characters in Dr. Seuss are always crazy. So yeah, this kind of reminds me of Dr. Seuss a bit, with this random elephant, fish, lizard thing holding a fish. Then we have in the middle of the bridge. Love that. You get that really yin yang energy. Underneath the lizard's skin. You have like all these lizards here. And then you have this lizard. And then you have a bunch of different, like, weird looking. Like, what is this? It has an eyeball in its tongue. So strange. Even wisdom needs to rest. Look at these whales. I guess they're sleeping. I love it. Whales are fun. Then we have what the sunbeams have to show. To be honest, this kind of looks like neurons. Neurons firing in the brain. Like if you've ever seen like a neuron, that's what it kind of looks like to me. And then you have like, I don't know what's going on here, some kind of bird with like an eye or something, and then another thing with an eye. But this here and this kind of reminds me of neurons firing. Is this an octopus? What is this? Only weavers know the time. Interesting. Looks like an octopus. So strange. What the winter spirits know. Like the buffalo. You have like a snowflake here. All the shoes fell from the sky. Why does this shoe look like a skunk? And this part here. Interesting. I kind of want to read this one because I'm intrigued by this skunk shoe. I'm going to put that on the side. We'll also pull another card. Surfing rainbows on the moon. Interesting. Surfing rainbows. This is definitely a trippy deck, I have to say. Painting joy across the sky. So interesting. It looks like little globs of paint, and then you have like paint here. I really love this card. Weavers share their magic tea. Like, that's so cool. Time to feed the hungry heart. It's a very interesting blender. We have a heart, and looks like this fish thing is eating the moon, but is also a blender of some sort. For the wind that blows our sails. Interesting. Looks like it has like bat wings, which is pretty cool. Oh, this is nice. When the grit became a pearl. So you have like all the grit and then the pearl there. This looks like a phoenix. A firebird is called to soar. Yeah, phoenix. All is calm upon these shores. I love this too. I thought this was landscape, but pretty sure you can look at it like this. Beyond your fears, the weavers dance. When the birds sing gratitude. Interesting. Oh, this is cute too. That's an axolotl. When it's time to say goodbye. It's just hanging on to the dragon. Love the lily pads. Looks like there's little faces here. Look, little faces. So cute. If the dogs come circling round. When the weavers call your heart. All the threads of fate must bend. If a cat curls round the moon. And this is the card on the box. Yeah, I like this. This is also the pattern around the box as well. Looks like it's trying to paw at the star. Time to dance around the sun. If the taste is sweet and good, I'm guessing this is supposed to be honey, because that's what it looks like with the honeycombs. And we have a horse. As the weaver's way is true. When the weavers built the sun. Weavers watch the dragons fly. When you're neither here nor there. They look so funny. I love it. They look happy too, which is so fun. This one here's legs are weird. It's very strange. It's strange, but in a good way. I don't know. I'm really intrigued by actually working with this and see how it goes. When the ones you need fly close. And lastly, weavers know that all is God. Interesting. Definitely interesting. Not a deck that I'm actually really surprised by this deck. Now, yes, there was that one card that really creeped me out with the bug that had all the faces. I'm sure I'll get used to it, and there's eyes in every single card, but I don't know, I'm just intrigued by it. Like, I find it strange, but, like, it's a good strange, in my opinion. So, like, I'm really excited about it and to work with this. Because, like, it's not my usual go-to, in my opinion. Like, I feel like this is not the kind of artwork that would attract me to a deck. But, like, I don't know, I'm so intrigued. I just want to know more, about the particular cards and read the guidebook and just, like, really stare into the card and look at, like, every little detail because there's so much detail in every single card. Okay. So shuffling overhand is fine. Clumps a bit, but I feel like that's pretty typical when you're shuffling for the first time. I feel like with use, it'll be fine. Alright, should be fine. Oh, so we're going to read for the first one and number 21. So we're going to do 21 first. Let me maybe put this up a bit because I can barely see the top. Okay, 21. All the shoes fell from the sky. Essential meaning, waiting for the other shoe to drop, expectation of failure as a means of self-sabotage, fear of success, not trusting good fortune. Interesting. Okay. Like the keywords so far. Sometimes when good things are presented to us, we keep our guard up because we're still expecting the worst to happen. We exaggerate our fears, or we get triggered and begin to speak about what is missing, what does not work, what could go wrong, and why we shouldn't attempt something. We may generally want something, but push it away, rationalizing that we won't get it perfect. This mindset is actually a way to exert control over an outcome. You can neither fail nor succeed when you keep yourself suspended, staring at the proverbial shoes falling from the sky. It's easier to remain in stasis than to take the risk and move toward your dream or take action to build something better. This card gently tells you that it's time to shift your thinking. Nothing will ever be perfect, and there will always be a shoe that drops here and there. That's life. If you don't step forward toward your dream, you'll regret it. So summon your courage, and the dream weavers will weave their magic of protection around you and shower you with love. All the shoes may fall from the sky in some other universe, but not in yours. That's interesting. So I'm assuming the skunk significance is the act of fear. Is what I'm thinking in particular. Very interesting. The artwork makes me laugh with the skunk shoe. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so then we're going to read the first one, which is when the storm spirits play. Essential meaning: understanding how to navigate divine chaos, clear the air, stir the pot, scatter the seeds, bring new possibilities. You're being asked to surrender your need to control outer circumstances, which is based on a desire to feel more certain, avoid confrontation, or resist change. This card signifies a time of trust that is chaos, this disorder, this turbulence that has shown up in your life is temporary but important. Okay. You're now able to let go of what is unnecessary or that which you've resisted releasing. Consider how clear the air is after a storm, how dead branches are pruned from trees, and how potent seeds are scattered so new life can sprout in new soil. Even if you find yourself in conflict now, there is a gift in this. It invites you to see things from alternative perspectives and provides you with a lot of valuable information. New, important possibilities arise from the chaos at hand. For now, the highest good for you is to remain in the center of the storm. Meditate and be mindful of your reactions, as you don't yet have all the information needed to make an authentic choice. Watch and wait. There is a divine reordering at the root of this chaos. Listen deeply for the epiphany rising to greet you, and you will know the gifts this experience holds for you. When the storm spirits play, amazing things are stirred up through this divine change for the highest good of all. Remember, you are a weaver of dreams too. Even if you must pivot, even if the threads of your destiny get frayed, the pattern you set will be breathtaking. So that's really interesting. I like that though. I really like the guidebook entries. So this is what I read for 21. Let me focus that so you can see it. So this is what I read for 21. And this is what I read for number 1. Very interesting. So yeah, it says Dreamweaver, so I'm guessing this is like all dream stuff, and that's why it's very strange and odd, which makes sense. Honestly, dreams are strange and odd in this also, in that same way as well. So yes, I'm excited to like actually work with this and see how it goes in readings and things, because it's definitely interesting. I'm not gonna lie. That card with the bug that had many faces does creep me out, but that's because I don't like bugs. So, and honestly, if I dream of bugs, that's usually what they look like. Very scary looking. So, yes, that one was the only one that I think every time I look at it, I'm going to be like, oh my God, this freaking card scares me. But that's the point of like working with it and like looking deeper in it, because sitting with things that you're uncomfortable allows you to really deeply understand why you're uncomfortable with that particular thing. So maybe I'll take a look in the guidebook and read what that card signifies to make it not seem as scary and creepy to me. So yes, but other than that, I actually really like this deck. It's definitely an Oracle deck that goes beyond what I usually bring into my collection, but I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to review it because I feel like I probably would not have brought it into my collection otherwise. And then perhaps I would have never given it the chance that it deserves. And, I feel like sometimes decks really need to be given a chance sometimes in my own personal practice. Like for me specifically, I'm not talking about like generally speaking and for other people, I'm talking about me specifically. And I feel like sometimes I feel like I need to give a deck a chance and see how it goes. So I'm definitely going to work with this and see how it goes for me at some point and see how I enjoy working with it. Because I think it has potential for myself, for my own personal practice. I'm just not used to the art style, and that's something I need to like work on getting used to in my personal opinion for that. But do let me know in the comments below what you think of this particular deck. I'd love to hear from you no matter what. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it's greatly appreciated and helps me in the long run. Thanks so much, and I hope that you have a great day.